Trey Gordon's world returned as a scream of tortured metal. Consciousness slammed back, his head throbbing, the air thick with burning circuits. His smuggling vessel was a crumpled tomb. Fumbling with the harness, he stumbled onto the tilted floor. The cargo hold, his precious contraband, was miraculously intact. But survival meant facing the unknown. The hatch hissed open, washing him in a wall of humidity and an explosion of alien sound. He stepped onto soft earth at the edge of a jungle where trees wore leaves broader than a man. His nav computer sparked, fizzled, and died. He was stranded with only a blaster and a few days' rations. In the shadows of this alien canopy, he couldn't shake the feeling he was being watched. Days blurred. Trey salvaged a camp near the wreck, found fresh water, and learned the rhythm of the hunt. Yet the jungle's eyes remained fixed upon him. Then one night, beneath the light of 3 moons, his snare caught something unexpected. Not a beast, but a young woman. Her skin held a faint greenish tint, her blonde hair tangled with leaves. She stared back with fear and defiance. This changed everything. He lowered his blaster. "I'm not going to hurt you." He freed her, offering his canteen. She drank, her suspicions slowly fading. "I'm Kara." "Trey Gordon!" She was an exile, banished for breaking ancient traditions. He offered the safety of his camp. "We're both alone," Trey shrugged. "Might as well stick together." Kara knelt, vowing to tie her fate to his, even offering to bear his children. Trey, stunned, reframed the intensity. "Whoa, let's just start with surviving." An unlikely alliance formed. Kara taught him the jungle's secrets, which plants healed, which killed. Trey shared the salvaged wonders of his technology. Around the fire, the walls between them crumbled. He was a lonely smuggler. She was a healer. Forced to abandon her calling for an arranged marriage, she refused. Their quiet connection was shattered by the rustling of armor. Tall, green-skinned warriors emerged from the shadows. The Sylvan. Their leader, Zoran, fixed Kara with a venomous glare. Exile. His gaze shifted to Trey. "Stand aside, outsider, or face our wrath." Kara stood defiant. "Our ways are cruel. I only seek freedom. It was a choice that seals a destiny." "Sorry, pal," Trey said, his blaster rising. "The lady's with me!" Energy bolts split the night. "Run!" Trey grabbed Kara's hand, plunging them into the jungle. Arrows whistled past as they crashed through the underbrush. Zoran's shouts echoed behind them. They burst into a clearing only to find a sheer ravine, a raging river churning far below. "A dead end. We jump," Kara stated, her eyes locked on the abyss. "Trust me." Before he could argue, she pulled him over the edge. They hit the water, the impact stealing his breath. Kara, strong in the current, pulled him to the surface. The river, sacred to her people, carried them to safety. They collapsed on the shore, soaked, weaponless, and hunted. They found shelter in a nearby cave system, but the night wasn't done. A shadow claw, a nightmare fusion of reptile and feline, cornered them. Using rocks and a burning branch, they distracted the beast, escaping to weave a barrier of thorn vines that repelled it in a howl of pain. As Kara treated his wounds with healing herbs, the reality set in. The ship was compromised. Their only hope, she explained, was the Temple of the Ancients, a taboo place deep in the whispering wilds, protected by spirits. Their journey was a trial of its own. Trey was saved from a hidden lurker vine, seeing the depth of her vow. They dodged Zoran's war drums, using explosive smoke bulbs as cover to slip past the warriors. The wilds lived up to their name. Spectral guardians flickered at the edge of their vision. The air whispered, preying on their minds. Trey heard his long-lost mother's voice. "It's not real," Kara insisted, grabbing his hand. They clung to each other, grounding themselves against the illusions. They found it, a shimmering, impossible structure. When Kara touched the door, the temple searched their minds, and finding them worthy, granted entry. Inside, a glowing orb, the heart of the ancients, pulsed in a vast chamber. A voice boomed, demanding they face the final trial. A shared vision engulfed them. They saw Trey's abandonment, Kara's banishment. They saw futures of war and peace, and felt the undeniable truth of their growing love. The vision ended. The orb shattered, infusing them with energy. They were transformed, connected, their minds linked. But the sanctuary was breached. Zoran and his warriors stormed the chamber. The battle was short. Trey and Kara moved as one, wielding the temple's energy. As the structure groaned, becoming unstable, they focused their power into one massive shockwave, disarming the invaders. "It's over, Zoran," Kara declared, her voice resonant. "It's time for change." Zoran, defeated and awed by their power, knelt. The temple, its purpose fulfilled, named them its guardians and sank into the earth. They returned to the Sylvan, not as exiles, but as harbingers of a new era. Zoran repented. Kara's grandmother, the elder, recognized the shift. And Trey and Kara, now partners in every sense, chose to stay. They built an academy, blending ancient wisdom with galactic understanding. Years passed. The lone smuggler who crashed seeking profit had found a home, a purpose, and a love that redefined the stars. He and Kara, united by a power beyond understanding, looked to the cosmos, ready for the next adventure.